Hey, howdy, hiya. So, everything that's been going on recently with the whole virusy type thing means I'm home from school. So, well done me. I haven't got coronavirus, by the way, but basically, I am mildly more at risk than my peers, so we decided it would be better to keep me off school. Anyway, so I have two best friends, by the way. It's time to bully Sarah, which is one of my favourite hobbies on a day-to-day basis, is just bullying Sarah. Mostly because it sounds really funny, just like, hey, let's bully Sarah, and everyone's like, yeah, let's bully Sarah. Obviously, I did ask her before bullying her. I'd never bully someone without their permission, so this is also sort of a review. Why not? So I bought a Torchwood box set for 25 quid, which I've been told apparently is quite cheap, but I don't actually know how money works, so I'm not sure on that one. The special Children of Earth and Miracle Day, as specials go, they've overall got quite high scores, but the reasons for that is because there were no particularly low points. It was all one big plot line, so there were no massive low points. I don't really class but series 1 and 2 above series 11 but below series 12. That's where I kind of rank them. So Torchwood overall, it's very different to Doctor Who, which means it has different opportunities but different limitations, obviously. I mean, everyone knows that, but I like that they can do so many different things. I like the one with the fairies. I love the one with the fairies. There's some which really just sort of focus on individual characters or things like that. It can take its time more. It's not world-ending events every other episode. There are some points where you're like, yeah, that could end the world. Let's not let that specific thing happen. But there's other things where it's focusing more on ethical and morals and shit, and you're like, okay, I like it. I do. Altogether, I would say there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only 4 episodes which got below a 5. So it's not like any are particularly terrible. There's a few which I would say are not the best. A couple which I'd even just be like, why? Why you gotta do this to me? The series 1 finale, fucking. I'm only giving spoiler warnings for Sarah. I presume everyone else who's watching this has already seen it. But basically, I like how creative it can get, because it can get really fucking good with some of this shit. Honestly, if I didn't bully her, then there'd be no hope for humanity. There's no hope for humanity anyway, but there'd be really no hope if I stopped bullying Sarah. Start with some of the worst, with some of the bad stuff, and then get into good stuff, because I'm trying to make this channel positive, so well done me. The only episodes which got below A 5 was day 1 because of the mild to moderate objectification of lesbians at certain points. I was sat there like, I'm not enjoying this. Like, you know, when you know that a series was made in like 2006, 2007, that sort of time, and you're like, yeah, I get that this is progressive for the time it was made in, but right now, that hasn't aged well. That was me at certain scenes in day 1. And if you're like thinking I'm just picking at a specific thing, like I'm just being nitpicky, the thing is, when you see your actual sexuality, how you actually identify, get fucked up like this, it's really, it's just annoying, really. It's like, I don't really enjoy it. Then pretty much everything in series 1 got a 5 or above. Yes, even Cyberwoman, because I mean that got a 5. Because I'm not getting into that discussion. I mean, it does have titty armor, which is an issue, and hence why it didn't get above a 5. But altogether, I like putting Ianto in pain. I like angst. End of Days is the next one that got below a 5. The series 1 finale. Well, the thing is with that episode is that up until a certain point, it's like a 7, it's like an 8 even. It's really fucking good. And then at a certain point it goes to like a 1, and a lot of that sort of evens out to about 4. And that's being very generous. Because I fucking hate, this is what I did with the Witchfinders. But I found, if I find my ranking for the Witchfinders, I went to like a speechy type interview thing of the writer. Well, with the writer for the Witchfinders. She's quite lovely, you know. I didn't actually meet her, I was just in the audience, but there we go. Yeah, I gave the Witchfinders a 6 because I find the Witchfinders a lot more forgivable. It does actually have some build-up to what it ends up doing, as in it has a considerable amount more as like what it does. It's still not Pendle Hill though. I fucking walked up Pendle Hill many times. That was not Pendle Hill. I'm still really pissed off about that. I actually confirmed that, you know, it was filmed in Wales, not in Pendle. And I've got no problem with Wales. I really love Wales. In fact, that's one of the best parts of Torchwood. Everyone has a Welsh accent. And yeah, it might be Cardiff, so it's not Swansea, because Swansea is like way better than Cardiff. Sorry, it just is. I've never actually been to Cardiff. Everyone has a Welsh accent. That's really nice. I love that everyone has a Welsh accent. I just want more shows where everyone has a Welsh accent. Like every show, just have everyone with a Welsh accent. Yeah, that seems legit, you know. Pregnancy stories. Okay, let me just put it out. It was part of why I don't like stories. Saranga me out. It was part of, and also why I don't like really gone off Call the Midwife. And also why I've really gone off. I don't want to be rude, but that is kind of about. I don't want to be rude, but that is kind of, you know, about pregnant people. Like, you know, I don't really have many maternal instincts, do I? I'm sure. I don't really have many maternal instincts, do I? I'm sure I'll be fine. I do actually want children one day. Not a total wanker. Well, not that. Not saying total people don't want. Anyway, overall things. that's so you can see there aren't really many episodes that I all out would say I dislike, and some of the episodes which I've given a 5 I would still say I don't really love. But a lot of my points, a lot of what I'm going to say are things that I'm aware other people are going to say. Or, well, other people have said. It's been out for ages, has Torchwood. And I've only just seen it, and that's really my problem. I was, like, probably 2 years old. Like, 3 max. That I would have had the opportunity to see it, and I just didn't. I really wouldn't have had the opportunity to see it. I would have been 2! But now on to, like, sort of positive notes, which will have all been said by other people, but that's beside the point. I only gave one episode a 10, and that was Captain Jack Harkness, because I nearly cried. I did actually cry a bit. You know, yeah, I cried. Fragments. That got a 9, but I can't remember what that episode is about. Is that why it got a 9 and not a 10? Might be. Still, according to Past Me, it's a good episode. Good for Past Me. Small Worlds, that's the fairy one. I love your traditional fairies, like your whole, they will fuck your day up. You're never to tell them your name. If you tell them your name, you're fucked. Just don't do that. I mean, okay, guys, if you ever meet fairies, highly, highly unlikely, but you have to be prepared for these things. Like, actually, if you ever meet fairies, never tell them your names. Your real name. Names have power. By real name, I don't know how trans names work. You would have to ask a fairy. But I'm not a fairy, so you say, oh, you can call me Jin. If I were to say to a fairy, you may call me Jin, because you're also not allowed to lie to them. If you lie to them, that is considered a great offence, and they will fuck your day up. I love your traditional fairies because they are so full of murder. It is unbelievable. But, like, you got fucking Tinkerbell and shit, pussy ass fairies. No. Bitches. When I saw them, that actually just broke me. I was like, you know what? No, I cannot give this episode more than an 8. And an 8 is still really high. So, well done on getting an 8. They keep killing Susie. I have a lot of problems with this episode. I should have given it a lower one. Greek sparing gifts. I just like the idea, but I just like the idea, but I didn't like the special effects, or like they keep killing Susie. I have a lot of problems with this episode. I should have given it a lower one. Greek sparing gifts. I just like the idea, but I didn't like the special effects, or like I like Tosh getting a Tosh episode because I like Tosh. Shut up. She deserved more of a chance to explore her sexuality, and she was cute. Random Shoes, I really like the episode. I should have given that a 9. It's a very good episode. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That got a 9. Why didn't that get a 10? I'm trying to think of a reason. Basically, there is no reason for me not to give that one a higher one. Past me was just obviously having a very grumpy day. So, well done past me, I guess. Still. It probably wouldn't have changed it that much. Might have changed whatever decimal the mean was. Might have put it at like 6.7 instead of 6.6. Because the mean average for Series 2 is 6.6, which is actually lower than my mean for Series 1. Because that's... It probably wouldn't have changed it that much. Might have changed whatever decimal the mean was. Might have put it at like 6.7 instead of 6.6. Because the mean average for Series 2 is 6.6, which is actually lower than my mean for Series 1. Because that's... Hang on just a sec. Because that's 6.9. Ah! I don't know. That is weird. Children of Earth and Miracle Day. What do you want me to say? It's alright. It's good. But again, it's an example of my favourite thing with Torchwood is that there's some brilliant concepts. Like, I love the concept for Children of Earth. I love the concept for Miracle Day. All the concepts for, like, everything is just kind of great, to be honest. That doesn't mean every concept is well realised, but it's a very creative show. You don't get many... I wouldn't say there were many episodes which bored me. There really weren't.